On one particular night, Jesus was missing, as Anthony wrestled with evil all night long. Finally, after hours, Jesus showed up. The demon suddenly vanished, and the pain of his body straightway ceased. And Anthony was a little unnerved, and he was miffed. He was miffed with the Lord, and he said, Jesus, where were you? Why did you not appear at the beginning to make my pains to cease? And Jesus said, Anthony, I was here, but I waited to see your fight. Jesus answered, I will always be a helper for you. In a way, this is the opposite of the footprints story, but there is a deep connection. And I believe it was Pope Francis who once said to think of this story of Anthony of Egypt when Jesus seems absent from your life. And then remember, the Lord is close. It can happen that when faced with fresh sorrow or a difficult period, we think we are alone, even after all the time we have spent with the Lord. But in those moments where we feel he may not be there or where he may not intervene immediately, he is walking at our side. See, understand the Lord actually carries us most of our life. He carries us on his back. So the times we see two sets of footprints are the rough patches when Jesus puts us on our own for a short time to remind us just how much we need him. But even then, he is always by our side, as it says in Romans chapter 8, verses 31 and 30 to 33. It says, what then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Who shall bring any charge against God's elect? I know the story of Anthony conjures up my recollections of Job facing off against the devil. But Job wasn't alone. He certainly felt alone as everyone, including his wife and his besties, turned on him, and God was in apparent absentia. Even when Jesus puts us down to walk a little on our own, Jesus is still very much there. Take the example that Job sets before us.